Good evening. My name is Keith Schue. I'm an engineer. I am the technical advisor for Otsego 2000 based in Cooperstown. I'm going to talk to you about some specific comments relating to the air permit. I know that's what's before you tonight, so I'm going to be talking to you about the air permit itself. And I have two documents in front of me. One is the air permit, the draft permit for the Highland Compressor Station. The other one is a permit that was approved just very recently, last year, December of 2016, for the Dominion Compressor Station in Sheds, Madison County, New York. And before I say anything else, let me say I'm not a fan of Dominion. I vigorously oppose that project. I think it was a mistake that DEC approved it. But there are relevant comparisons to be made between these two permits, and so that's what I'm going to do. It affects the public, the health of the community here. So if you go out to the parking lot here and you examine under the chassis of every car, you're going to find something called a catalytic converter. It's a required technology that's been on every car built in the United States or sold in the United States since the 1970s. Okay? If you look at Dominion's permit, you'll find that they require the equivalent technology called an oxidation catalyst on the exhaust stack of the compressor station in Madison County. If you look at the permit for the Millennium pipeline, for the Millennium project, the Highlands compressor station, which is twice as big, there's no requirement for an oxidation catalyst. That makes no sense. There's inconsistency there. So the question becomes why is Millennium being held to a lower standard than Dominion? Why is Millennium being held to a lower standard than every automobile manufacturer in the United States? Why can't Millennium pay for a catalyst on its exhaust pipe when every one of us does that for the cars that we buy and use? But that's not all. If you look at the Dominion permit, you'll also find that there's specifications for the use of a technology called Solenox. It's a nitrogen oxide reduction technology, and it's equipped on the turbine, but it only works if you turn it on. What do you see in the Millennium permit for Highlands? There's no requirement for turning it on. It should say that that's on all the time except for a startup, shutdown, and except for very low temperatures when it doesn't work. You don't see that in the Millennium permit. That makes no sense. Other features that are in the Dominion permit relate to electric starters, the requirement for low bleed valves, low bleed actuators, cap testing. Cap testing is a way of reducing the methane releases. You can significantly reduce the release of methane during blowdowns by using cap testing. You don't see that requirement in the Millennium permit. You do see it in the Dominion permit. These are inconsistencies. I think the DEC needs to go back and look at these permits and have consistencies in the review process.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.